Odisha is well known world over for its grand tribal cultural heritage. As many as 62 scheduled tribal communities live in Odisha. Each of the tribes have their uniqueness in ethnic identity, lifestyle, culture and religion. Odisha is also home to 13 tribal communities recognized as particularly vulnerable tribal groups who live in typical ecosystems and habitats in remote pockets. The tribal communities are at different stages of development, and the particularly vulnerable tribal groups are especially backward. Tribal development offers many challenges, and hence it is a big concern for the state as well as the nation. After independence, several constitutional provisions and institutional structures were made for tribal development. Many schemes for tribal development were formulated and implemented targeting to their social, educational, economic, political and cultural development in holistic approach. Over the years, various methods have been implemented. Different models have been replicated. Multi-pronged strategies and approaches have been tried. The journey so far has resulted achievements and failures, encouragements and frustrations, insights and foresights, enabling us to understand the paradigms and look ahead for pragmatic programs to ensure all-round tribal development. The tribal development process started with welfare approach, moved through rights and resources based solutions, and now resorting on empowerment and sustainability. Endowed with a rich cultural diversity of ethnic groups, Odisha is a progressive state in tribal development. While implementing relevant central government schemes and programs, the state has innovated and intervened model initiatives that provide new insights for engineering tribal development models elsewhere. Education has always been considered as a means of tribal empowerment and development. Towards that, institutions like Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya, Ekalavya Model Residential School, educational complex for particularly vulnerable tribal groups have come up under central government initiatives. In addition to that, the government of Odisha has instituted Seva Ashrams, Ashram schools, Adarsh Vidyalaya and other residential schools for curricular, co-curricular and extracurricular development of tribal children in different parts of the state. Innovative state flagship programs like Anvesha, otherwise called the Urban Education Program, has been launched to provide free quality education to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe students. These educational institutions together have contributed to multi-dimensional achievement of the objectives in the larger context of tribal empowerment through primary, secondary and higher secondary education. The resultant success has been near zero dropout, absolute retention, quality learning and cognitive development, safety and security, adequate space for sports and recreation, life skill and vocational education and so on. Strides have been taken by the state government for enhancing and ensuring sustainable livelihoods of tribal communities through comprehensive and customized programs like Odisha Tribal Empowerment and Livelihood Program, Odisha PVTG Empowerment and Livelihood Program and Focus Area Development Program or Mission Jivika in cluster approach. These programs have by and large focused on sustaining resilient agriculture and expanding the livelihoods portfolio with locally feasible ancillary activities in farming system approach. Through these programs, along with the natural resources-based livelihoods, land, forest, livestock, and enterprise-based livelihoods have been promoted and strengthened. The programs have adopted flexible, non-prescriptive, process-oriented approach to enable the stakeholders to determine the scope of program activities, their timing, pace, and sequencing. Bridging the traditional knowledge systems with newer technologies has been the key development factor in these sectors. Tenurial security and rights over forest land and resources as provisioned under Forest Rights Act has been a key instrument for tribal development in the state. Odisha is a front runner in recognition of individual forest rights by creating record of rights, thereby has provided identity, recognition and ownership over the forest land and forest resources. It paved the way to multilateral convergence in government programs and schemes like rural housing, MGNREGS, NRLM, watersheds and such. Other customized programs for land resources development, irrigation, asset creation, ecosystem development and social safety net entitlement-based programs contributed to enhancing income and ensuring livelihood security. Through recognition of community forest rights and community forest resource rights, Gram Sabhas have been empowered to have control, regulation and management of forest resources that adds to their subsistence economy. This successful implementation of Forest Rights Act in the state has become model. In order to ensure better uptake of health and nutrition related schemes and programs in the larger interest of PVTG people, an interdepartmental convergence program, Jeevan Sampark, has been continuing in PVTG micro project areas. In convergence with OPELIP program, Nutrition Resource Center, Nutri Garden and other nutrition sensitive programs have been undertaken. This program has been instrumental in bringing about transformative change in the health, nutrition, water, sanitation and hygiene scenario in the PVTG pockets. It has set the trend for interventions and initiatives in addressing health and nutrition issues of tribal communities through behavior change communication and interdepartmental convergent actions. The Swabhiman Strategy, Odisha Nutrition Action Plan, Poshan Abhiyan are some of the innovative strategies that contributes to the health and nutrition issues in tribal areas. Conservation of tribal culture in the face of change and modernization possess challenge. Odisha has responded to this challenge strategically through implementation of innovative programs under Conservation cum Development Plan in PVTG pockets by instituting special purpose vehicles like Special Development Councils in 9 tribal dominated districts towards bridging critical gaps and facilitate culture-based development. The initiatives under Special Development Councils in restoring the tribal sacred groves, revamping traditional visual and performing art, setting up of culture clubs, renovation of tribal hearts, promotion of tribal games and sports have infused new trends in tribal development. Women empowerment is one of the key areas of tribal development trends in Odisha and is an integral component of any tribal development schemes and programs being implemented in the state. While the SHGs assumes to be platforms of social and economic empowerment of tribal women, the Mission Shakti adds strength to the endeavors. Mahila Kisan Sashактikaran Pariyojana, a central government scheme and a subcomponent of the Deen Dayal Antodaya Yojana NRLM, was launched to help and extend support to women farmers that brought transformative change in tribal women empowerment. Tribal empowerment and development in Odisha have been quite dynamic and has set a trend towards holistic, effective, inclusive and participatory development. There have been failures as well as successes, frustrations as well as aspirations. While the failures provided to finding new paths, the successes have become eye-opening, replicable models. The state has been quite proactive on tribal development front and trending towards achieving milestones of transformative, sustainable tribal development.